when Blake, I don't know much about Popular, so I'm gonna have to like ask these questions, but I did know like I was kind of sort of disappointed. I'm like, I know one famous couple. It was Blake Shelton, and now he's getting divorced. But anyway, so that it's very difficult for me to come up with. I'm trying to get better scenarios. He wants to have Gwen to be part of the business. He's going to set up his own new guitar repair shop. She quits her job. He starts paying her salary to work up front. A couple years in, they break up. Gwen wants her half of the business. This happens all the time. Restaurant business is where this always goes on. All right, I just think restaurants are they're tough. People work late nights and they do this kind of stuff. It's not good on families, so I deal with a lot of people who are going through a divorce situation. No, I'm not going to do that again. They've got somebody else in, and they're involved in the business. Now, notice I didn't put in Gwen was married. I'm not getting into the family law aspect of this. But from a business, this happens all the time. And it's not just girlfriend. It might be nephew. It may be whatever that comes in and helps out on the business a lot.
Does she fall off a boat and declared missing?
Yeah, that's there is a
That's the red tape.
the solutions. I don't know why. I am completely heartbroken. I've even found somebody else to share my pain. You know, it is so difficult, and you know, you get into this. It also gets into wage and hour issues, which is another big issue that that small businesses have, and understand it, because what happens is a lot of people take their hobbies and turn them into businesses. And that's what you want here at the Chamber. You want to really encourage people, like, you've got a passion, make that your business, which is great. That's what we want to do. And I love talking to new business owners. It's like, you know, it's like to have a new baby. It is, it's all those things, and that's my passion. I love talking to people who are going through that business one. And, you know, I own 6 different corporations. And I love each one, you know, I mean, whether it's buying a building and renting from it, that kind of thing. And I love getting involved in business deals and being a part of it, putting those together. But it is it is very difficult when you have to start having that corporate overlay on something that was a hobby last year. And, you know, I think that identifying roles is a important part of that. If somebody's coming in and they're working, again, joint venture for profit, Gwen quit her job. I mean, you know, I could see a judge saying, well, she quit her job, she's working up front, you know, you're repairing the guitars in the back, the customers know her. You know, I could see Gwen in that situation coming up with a good scenario to say, hey, I'm a half owner of that business. You know, Blake's in the back, I paid for everything, I did all that, you know. And when they're in a dating relationship, you don't think, I'm going to put all this stuff into writing, I'm going to go down that road. If it's a nephew that, you know, you're in the car business and you have a nephew that's particularly good at, you know, motorcycles, and you just send them over there to them, have you kind of created a quasi-partner, you know, that goes into what happens. And, you know, again, the best thing to do is to try to create a little bit of a paper trail. And I tell business owners, I'm like, wow, I can't get involved in that, I want to create, and like, just send like a letter that says, here, you know, just want to let you know, really appreciate your volunteer work on this business, you know, and try to really kind of establish that, and to have that put together, because you never know when it's going to kind of flip on you. One of my business owners ran a shop, and teenager came out, and a little bit slow teenager, and just loved coming over there, and started kind of helped out some. And they did. They put him on payroll for a little bit of time to kind of run the register. The parents of that teenager sues them for wage and hour because all these the extra time that he was there. Well, because he was just hanging out. They didn't want to kick him out of the place or whatever. Well, and that kid was, hardly even knew the parents. And sure enough, and we just decided, like, look, for the amount of money it's going to be, a few $1,000s, just pay it. It's not going to be worth fighting. You don't want to go through that. That's a sad state of what you're dealing with, because they were really trying to help this kid out to a large extent, and that's what happens. So you really, and then probably everybody in this room can probably think of situations where you're like, oh, I know it. Could almost see how that could come out, on where that is.